But that of yesterday, it was a kind of a monumental assault on the prison. And we are discovering that there was an attempt, a jailbreak, or some people have come to free some people by the use of force. And up to this morning, we've not gotten a very reliable information about what took place. So the sound of the guns we're hearing, whether it's on the government side or on the militant side, we don't know which is which up to this moment.
Okay, sir. Do you have any information about people who escaped or any deaths recorded?
As at this morning, I heard somebody was killed, but I don't know the person who was killed. But I think they say it's one of the security people at the prison. But I learned some people, even within my residential area there, some who removed their prison clothes and talked to Mufti were seen even this morning.
Lastly, sir, when this thing happened, like how long did it take? How long, and what was the scene like? The vibration, what was it like?
See, the issue is that it was some few minutes past 9 in the night.
That's an harassment.
See?
Please,
It was some few minutes after 9. We started hearing the other bullets that were flying, and almost for 1 hour, we managed to borrow a news that it was from the prison. So those of us who are resident within the prison area will become too apprehensive and decide to know what is happening. But there was no any reliable person who can ask as at that time of the night. See, this morning that information is filtering its way towards that some people escaped and maybe some personnel were affected by the invasion. So it's a usual thing that it has become attack in many places. And the problem is that the community that is hosting the prison, or the people who live within the prison environment, they are not protected. And as we are talking now, if there is this collaboration between the security forces and the community people, they should be able to bring back those that have managed to escape. Up to today, we are just seeing the road is blocked and nobody is being told what has taken place so far. But this is the second time I'm experiencing that.
But did you notice any strange movement around this area before the attack?
You see, let me tell you one thing. When we are talking of community policing, and the federal government is not taking it serious, there have been some strange faces parabolating in this environment, especially within this community that hosted the prison for the past 5 days. You see, this argument that anybody you see wearing jalabia is assumed to be an Okada man is wrong. Anybody can dress in anyhow to camouflage and carry out some activities that is very, very harmful to individuals and the society in general. Look, you see, there are 2 army checking points when you are getting to Kuje here. There's a military checking point along Gwagwalada Road. There's another one close to Kuje Junction there. So it is assumed that if there should be any act of insurgency or security breach, certainly the people around the road there, the soldiers, they should be able to be aware. But the soldiers, even the way they are checking these days, it's not intense. It is just like waving hand for every vehicle to come and pass. And there's no any electronic material fitted there to detect explosives, to detect metal objects that is capable of causing a lot of brigandage and harm. So, in fact, where we are in Nigeria today, this is no longer Kaba prison. This is not Kutunkerefi prison. This is not Bauchi prison. It's a prison in the FCT. So what excuse are we going to give? What excuse will we give now? This is the federal capital. It's not a state. It is not a prison that was built by the colonial masters. As we always say, the prison was built during the time of Mungo Park. And by so doing, it should not be well protected or have the necessary facilities on ground. All this is going down to insecurity still. Because what is supposed to be done by the government is not done. Information is reaching us that even at the northeast, where insurgency is going on, the military commanders are not doing what they are required to do at the appropriate time.
Okay, so do you think they got intelligence before this attack came? That's what they told you.
I don't think. Okay. If they have intelligence in the olden days, there used to be an armor tank that usually been sent here. If they notice some high-profile detainees, or when they feel there have been intelligent reports of unusual faces parabolating around the prison. But this time around, the security is getting loose and loose. On daily basis, deteriorating to a very, very embarrassing proportion. You are moving on the road now, especially if you're here. Most of the surrounding mountains you are seeing here, we realize that they are being occupied by Boko Haram mercenaries. And you go to Shadadi here, every night you might hear somebody is kidnapped. Somebody, as you are seeing here, is not a safe place. It's not a safe place. But there are results of kidnapping various times in this environment. I have not seen any attempt made by the government to tame the situation or to bring the situation under control.
Okay, did you hear? Because there was a story that they brought explosions. Did you hear that in the night?
Look, what I was hearing, I can refer to that gun. They call it cannon. It's cannon that you can hear that kind of vibration, which is capable of removing the foundation of any building. Some of us tried. Thank God there was NEPA. People were trying to off their security light. I advise them not to. But if somebody is coming to your house and your outside security light is off, you might not identify who he is. So I managed to encourage some people that should leave their light on. If there is any situation worse than what we are seeing, some prison officers that are staying with us and working here, we're expecting to hear from them. We wouldn't hear from them till this morning. So there were two types of ammunition I was hearing. There's the one that is usually fired by the prison to scare inmates from running. But the one with the heavy noise, I don't know who is holding that. But this morning I learned some people infiltrated through the back road at the back of the prison fence. And they were the people that came with that heavy weapon.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for the time, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, good morning. We need your number. Okay, I'll get from you. So good morning, wherever you are joining us from. We are live at Kuje medium prison in Abuja. We call that this prison came under attack by yet to be identified gunmen in the early hours of at least yesterday's night around 10 p.m. according to what we have been told. We have been told that some inmates were freed, and now some of them are getting back. Some of them are returned while efforts to get others are started. Right now, the security operatives are around the prison community, because getting in here was very hectic. I had to use my identification card and walk down from the junction to the prison. It's been barricaded now, as we have been told. They said officials are inside with officials of the prison inside and trying to see what is going on. So we have residents around trying to see this thing and narrating what has happened in the area. So we shall be getting back to you as we get updates. But right now, the information is still spreading, and we were to. Journalist.
What are you doing?
I'm calling people. My people are calling me for updates.
But when you hold the phone, it seems you are videoing.
See now, punch.
But at times, before you do all the kind of thing, you have to keep a
Wait. They see again. I want to see. Bring this picture out. Let's see.
No, now punch now live.
Oga, bring this picture out. Let me see.
See now, see. No.